Now, if this doesn't go our way, one way or another, we've got to fix this. We've got to fix this problem. In fact, here's Stephen Miller unloading on this notion of birthright citizenship for illegal aliens. Watch this, cut 2.
What is your sense of where the court will go on birthright citizenship?
Well, look, I don't know where they're going to go. I'm not going to forecast it. Here's what I can say. Anybody who has read even 30 seconds of American history understands the Reconstruction Amendments after the Civil War were to ensure that the children of slaves would be franchised in the United States. The author of the 14th Amendment was clear in saying it did not apply to aliens. There should be a 9-0 ruling in a functioning democracy. The idea that you can have a country where you just set foot on U.S. soil and any child you have gets to be an American citizen and vote in our elections, collect our welfare, sit in our juries, sit in judgment of our fellow men and women is such an outrage to the idea of having a country. It defies the scriptures. I don't know what they're going to do, but here's what I can say. If this country doesn't, one way or another, end birthright citizenship, this country doesn't have a future. Citizenship has to be sacred and precious. And as we stand here on the 250th anniversary of America's founding, the idea that we wouldn't have in this country respect and sanctity for citizenship, for the voting franchise, is such an insult to generations of Americans who spilled their blood for our freedom in battlefields here and all across the earth, Will.
Yeah, he's totally right. One way or another, the only way we're going to preserve this country is if we restore order. That's it. That's it. So what do we do? Well, I'll tell you what. If the court rules against American citizens next week, there is absolutely no question that we have to amend the United States Constitution. And I know that's a heavy lift. You might already be thinking, like, Vince, is that even possible? We can barely get these guys to do a speaking filibuster. I know. But what other recourse do we have? We have to make it crystal clear what the 14th Amendment actually means. A clarifying amendment to the Constitution. I can't believe we have to clarify it. The people who drafted the 14th Amendment were clear. Stephen Miller was just very clear. But if you need us to say it more loudly and more clearly, we will. America's for Americans. It's not for people who invade it.